Now we are done with one part of investment. Now let's get into the balance round 2, which is the fifth and the last part of the plan. Now, after allocating this 1200 rupees from 1720 rupees, I am left up with 520 rupees. Now, here's where the real investment will start. Now, I am investing in a SIP of rupees 500 per month in mutual funds, and I'll be saving 500 to give into mutual funds for 1 year. Now there are various ways to do so. There are various free fintech apps available on the Play Store, such as Grow, Upstocks, FinShots, etc. I personally use Grow because it doesn't charge any commission on investing. Because even that 0.1 to 0.5% of interest that other apps cost as commission on their investments is quite painful for us, right? Being students, we are looking for anything that would give us more and more return on investment, right? So after I've invested in SIP of 500 per month for a year, let's get into the maths of investing.
So for doing the calculations on the mutual funds, I'll be using a simple tool called financial calculator. So let's just simply type financial, yeah, here it is, financial calculator. Click the first link. So here we have the financial calculator. Now this is a really nice tool to help us calculate the future value of any principal amount with a suitable interest rate. And before starting the calculations, let me acquaint you with the terms being used here. The first one is the number of periods. Here periods can be number of years, months, weeks or days as per the case demands. The next is the start principal, the amount with which we would start our investment, and that is the amount on which the first amount on which the interest rate would apply. The next is the interest rate, the rate at which the our principal would grow monthly. And the next is annuity payment. Here annuity payment would be considered as monthly payment, as I'm considering the periods to be as months. So the monthly payment would be the amount that we would add to our principal month by month and increase our savings on the mutual funds. So considering the monthly payment to be 500 and the number of periods to be 12, as I would be investing for 1 year, and 1 year consists of 12 months, and the start principal would be 0 because we don't have any money right now, and we'll start investing from the next month when we'll take out a saving of rupees 500. And the next is interest rate. I would consider the interest rate to be roughly around 14.5%. I consider I'd put this 14.5% here because the stocks of various companies mutual fund, the top 9 to 10 companies mutual funds stocks interest rate average to around 14 to 15%. I calculated them, and I'm putting the average rate of 14.5%. Also there's one more thing here. There are 1 year returns, 3 year returns, and 5 year returns. There's a basic principle: the longer time we invest on, the greater interest rate we get. So the interest rate can go up to 18 to 20% also. But since I'm investing from 1 year for now, I'll be getting an interest of roughly 14 to 15%, and hence taking the middle value to be 14.5%. So let's calculate the future value. So on this column, we have the future value, the present value, the total principal, and the total interest. So the future value of this 500 monthly investment would be 14,060 rupees. And the basic principal was 6,000 rupees. That is 500 into 12 months, it is 6,000. And to this, we are adding a total interest of 8,000 rupees, more than the principal amount, and the amount after a year is nearly double. So here the difference lies. If we would have saved rupees 500 per month, we would have got only 6,000 rupees, but we are investing it in a mutual fund. Therefore we got a future value of 14,060 rupees. So adding this to our savings of freelancing, the savings that I saved after freelancing on web development for a year, that was roughly around 75,000 rupees, and adding to this an amount of 14,000 rupees, 14,000 rupees and this amounts to 89,000 rupees. So this is the amount that I would have saved after freelancing and investing intelligently on mutual funds. 89,000 rupees. Now let us go back and look at some of my financial goals, specifically the long term goals. The first one was to buy an Unacademy CSE subscription. So let's check the price of the subscription. Unacademy CSE subscription. Yeah, prepare for UPSC. So two kinds of subscriptions. One is Iconic, which offers a personal coach, and one is Plus subscription, which is just normal subscription for the preparation. Checking the price for the Iconic subscription, select Iconic. So for a year they are costing rupees 69,500, nearly 70,000 rupees for a year of subscription. And now here's the catch. I am watching this price seem to be 70,000 on this day, that is 24th of November 2020. At this price, this subscription price could get a hike within a year as goods and commodities and services get costlier with time. So looking for the inflation rate in India. It was 5.5% as of May 2019. Now inflation rate is the rate at which goods get costlier in a country. It was 5.5% in May 2019. And regarding the 2020 data, the forecast panelists project consumer price inflation to be average of 5.1% in the financial year 2020. So goods would cost 5.1% costlier in the next year, in the coming 1 year, that is in March 2021. So doing some financial calculations, financial calculator. So yeah, here it is. I'm considering the number of periods to be one, as I would check the price after 1 year. And the start principal here would be the subscription cost, that is 69,500 rupees. And the interest rate here would be the inflation rate, that is 5.1%. And the annuity payment would be zero, because we have just to calculate the interest rate on a given principal. We are not adding any amount or enriching that amount monthly. So let's calculate. So a year from now, this subscription would cost me 73,000, nearly 73,000 rupees, which is well below my savings of 89,000 rupees. I would easily save an amount of around 73 and 89 here, nearly 16,000 rupees I would save. Now, looking at second goal, long-term goal is to upgrade my laptop. So checking the price of, let me open in a new tab, cost of a MacBook on Reliance Digital. I usually prefer Reliance Digital for my electronics good shopping. So the cost of a MacBook currently is nearly basic level MacBook Air is nearly 74,500. Now this is the price today, and in future the price could hike. So applying the inflation rate to this, number of periods one, and the cost is 74,500. Inflation rate would be same 5.1%, and annuity payment would be zero, as we are not adding any amount to that. So calculating the future value. So 1 year from now, this MacBook would cost me 78,300 rupees, nearly 78,500. Let's take the bare minimum, 78,000, which too is well below my savings of 89,000 rupees. So here's where the magic of compounding and saving intelligently and investing intelligently comes into play.
So with the help of proper intelligent planning and investments, we can greatly reduce the time that we take to accomplish our financial goals. The goals which would have taken me 3 to 5 years to complete, I can now, with the help of proper planning and investment, I can achieve them in merely 1 to 2 years. And some of the habits that can come handy to us in this journey of proper investment and planning would be that the money that we get from our relatives on occasions of Diwali and Navaratri, we can save that money and deposit it somewhere and rather invest it. Another thing which would come handy would be strengthening our internal control system and recording what we spend. एंड लास्टली आई वुड लाइक टू से दैट कोई नींद उड़ा के बैठा है, कोई तो चैन उड़ा के बैठा है, लेकिन ग्रो वही करता है जो प्लान बना के बैठा है.